Hello, my name is BlazinZeddy, and we are going to do a speedrun of Shadow the Hedgehog, Expert Mode, no Chaos Control glitch. We're going to begin in 3, 2, 1, go. So like all the other categories, we start off in Westopolis. The other categories, though, typically have 2 or 3 missions on a per level basis that allow you to go to different levels, kind of like a map of sorts, like a maze, you could say. And depending on the objectives you choose to complete, you get 1 of 10 endings, and that decides who Shadow is. Is he a good guy? Is he a bad guy? We're not sure. In Expert Mode, though, all that gets thrown out. You get every level in the game side by side, and you get 1 objective to complete, so there's no confusion there. So your objective is to complete every level as fast as possible and efficiently as possible. And to do that, we're going to gather hero points to get the power of Chaos Control, which I will be getting very shortly here. 1 second. There we go. Alright, here's Chaos Control. It's pretty much an auto-scrolling skipper, and it skips sections that I don't want to do. There's a glitch in this game known as Chaos Control Glitch, which lets you use that power infinitely, or at least until the game decides it has enough and it's time to stop. And that lets you complete the game faster. You don't have to play as much of the game. But some consoles can't use the glitch, and some players just prefer not to use it. So we have categories for that. So in this case, we need to play more of the game, and we can still use Chaos Control, we just can't rely on the glitch. So I'm running on the Xbox version. The Xbox version does not allow the glitch, but it does allow other advantages like faster RTA timing and just better consistent loads throughout the levels. So that's the first level. We're done within the first 2 minutes of starting the run. Some games take even longer than that to get going, so as you could imagine, runners of this game tend to restart their runs a bunch in the beginning, because if they get a time they're not so happy with, they'll just try it again, and within seconds they're back on another run. It can get pretty crazy. It doesn't help at all that the first 3 or so levels of this category are very difficult. So here's Digital Circuit, and it's basically the internet. There we go. Okay. It's basically the internet, and we need to make our way through to the end of the stage. I'm going to do this real quick. That light dash can be a little bit crazy sometimes. Alright, I'm going to kill these guys here. The same objective as we did in Westopolis is getting to a gold ring, and we're going to utilize Chaos Control to do that as fast as possible. You'll notice though that I skipped a bunch of enemies in the beginning, and that's because they're not exactly fast to kill and get them. So I want to keep moving through the level, and I don't want to get Chaos Control too soon. If I get Chaos Control too soon, the meter starts to decrease over time, and if I get it too early, it will start to decrease. I could lose very critical meter points I need to progress through the level when I need to. So it's better if I only kill the enemies I really need to complete the route, and to go as fast as possible otherwise. So here's the shadow box with shadow box special weapons. The first one I'm grabbing here is the egg vacuum, which lets me just vacuum up enemies without having to really make sure I'm aiming at them. If they're within range of the vacuum, they get sucked up. You unlock this by completing one of the main endings in the story mode, and to unlock Expert Mode, you need to complete all of the A ranks and missions and stuff. So A ranking every mission gets you Expert Mode. So you have all weapons, so even if we did do a new game category style run for this game, which we don't do for other reasons I'll explain pretty quickly here, we instead allow the use of the special weapons. So now that we're about to be on another auto-scroller of sorts, I'll explain. So on a new game file, if you try to watch a cutscene, the game will actually stop you from skipping it. You have to watch it the first time. So for the sake of speed, we have allowed just starting from a fresh file, or not a used file, to make things faster. And then we also just allow the use of the special weapons because they allow the categories to go faster in interesting ways. Alright, we're getting done with this auto-scrolling section. I should explain that in this game, Shadow has a different damage mechanic. Instead of taking damage on every ring, or taking damage and losing all of your rings, you instead only lose 10 rings, which is really nice because there's a lot of projectiles and a lot of guns, and they will hurt you a bunch if you're not careful. So we take advantage of that to damage boost our way through a bunch of sections of the game. Alright, I'm gonna get this guy hiding under here. And that's where a hero mission for normal would have ended. And we're gonna go into the section where dark would end. But that's where they place the gold ring in this case. One cool thing about the vacuum is that it can vacuum up enemies within shields. So even if those electric shields were going on right now for those beetles, I would have been able to bypass them. One of the main reasons we bring the egg vacuum along for the ride as long as we did. Alright, so that's the heal cannon. Lets me heal enemies or allies. And in that case, because they were allies, the good guys in the game, healing them is a good thing. Gave me a lot of hero points, which put me over the edge for using chaos control and skipping this tower climb sequence. Alright, upcoming next is Cryptic Canyon. This is the second level that most players will see in a story playthrough, as it's faster to get to this level, and it's the easiest one to get to. We're gonna skip the ramp and the loop because they're slow, and we're gonna get the egg vacuum again here. There's another weapon I can use for this stage, but I found, at least in my opinion, that the egg vacuum is just as fast and probably more consistent to use. Skipping a loop here, and I'm gonna try to ignore these enemies because I don't want to grab them. They kind of mess up with my route that I've planned out. I'm gonna use chaos control at the very end, so there's no point of getting every enemy along the way. I'm gonna skip these loops here, and then I'm gonna be careful here. There's a very tricky light dash, so I'm gonna stop, and we're gonna go. I'm gonna grab these enemies here because they're nice and easy to get. Also cool looking. Alright, coming up here is going to be an example of a spin dash high jump where we use a slope and Shadow's spin jump or spin dash jump mechanic to go very high very quickly, and that lets us skip a whole big loop, horizontal loop in that case. Here comes another horizontal loop. You can see the entire loop there. I don't want to do that either. So I'm going to do a normal spin dash jump here. Except I died.
Not here.
That's unfortunate. Well, I might as well show off what happens when that happens, which is you have to go through it normally without any hope of getting enough chaos control to complete the route. So, yeah, this is going to be fun.
Roger. Resuming
Not really.
operation.
But we'll make the best of it. So I'm gonna dodge all these. I'm gonna try to dodge all these enemies here, and we're gonna try to make the best of the situation. I'm gonna grab these here. Those should help us out with getting past this next section here. Use all these pillars. We would normally be using chaos control right now to bypass all of this, so I don't get hit like I just did. So I'm trying to use the weapon here to take those out. So, really unfortunate that I died there, but it can happen. So, here's the backup. So we're gonna just make our way to the gold ring like that. A normal ending time is very close to 2 minutes. You can do under, but typical time for me is about a bit over. But yeah, normally you would get chaos control where the right about the spot where I failed to dodge a bunch of enemies, and then you skip that whole section. Alright, so here's Lethal Highway. This is a bunch of roads, and it's really fun to play. Hopefully I don't make a mistake here like I did before. Give me that. Thank you. If I time this correctly, I can get the particular item I want here, which is the flame shield. The flame shield lets me deal 1 damage to anything around me before it can deal damage to me. So enemies like these larvae do not do damage to me, and I pretty much killed them instantly because they only have 1 health. Environment objects pretty much blow up on contact because it only takes 1 point of damage to remove them. Alright. We're gonna make our way over here. There's an orb in that cage. Those orbs, we'll see one later that we'll use. It will give you one of the meter powers instantly. It's not very helpful right now because I want to make sure I get the egg vacuum here, and I want to make sure I use chaos control here. Let me skip this vertical section here. It's not exactly hard, it's just long, so it's faster to do it this way. Because I have this fire shield still, I can just run through this without a care in the world. Just making sure I dodge where I need to, but for the most part, nothing can hurt me. I'm gonna grab these enemies here, and we're gonna keep going. Oh, light dashes are weird in this game. Sometimes you'll feel like you're just perfectly lined up and you'll go sideways, up and down, but never straight. Never the direction you want to go. So that was an unfortunate event of that. It's okay, we're still on pretty good pace here. Alright. Alright, gotta be careful here. We're at the critical point of where I could accidentally get too many points and cause the run to use the chaos control power a little too early, which will be very inconvenient. So hopefully, yep, we're good. Fantastic. So we're gonna skip all of this. And if I did it right, yep, we skipped the entire rail. That's a nice optimization we made lately. So with the fire shield, I don't have to worry about these cage doors or fences. Just run right through them and grab that really quickly. Before I have to wait for the floor to disappear and then I can jump towards it. Nope. We want to go fast. Alright. Into the goal ring. And that's the second stage complete, so 4 total. Perfect. In the normal story mode, you complete 6 stages each. And depending on your branch of your decisions, you'll hit certain stages of a group. So we're starting group 3 now, and this is Cryptic Castle. This is one of Eggman's location. For some reason, he has a haunted castle, very Halloweeny themey. And yeah, this is one of the stages where actually trying to get chaos control at all is slower than just running through the stage. So this doesn't change at all between any percent and no chaos control glitch categories. It's a really fun level, actually. It's actually gotten quite a bit of development since I started running the game. So here's another shadow box weapon. This is the Chow gun. Our pal, Mr. Chow, is usually an annoying helper that only gives us hints. In this game, he is helpful by being the objective or the item that kills things. So we welcome his presence here. Alright, up. And I'm gonna kill this Black Hawk here. It didn't actually disappear because this is actually a rideable Black Hawk. And with this, I can pretty much play a little mini game of Star Fox. I have the ability to shoot at enemies. I don't really want to right now because I will waste ammo. And although I don't need my full amount of ammo, I'd rather not take the risk of losing my ammo when I really need it. In another level in the game, we'll have a little more fun. Until then, we just have to complete the rest of the stage. So I'm gonna land. I'm gonna try to time this just right. Good. Alright. One cool thing about the Chow gun is it ricochets across walls and enemies. So you can deal a lot of damage to a lot of enemies if you time it right. We'll probably won't see that too much here, but you might see it later on. Alright. We're about close to the end of the stage. We're gonna get up to this key door here. I should explain what the key doors do, because we've seen a few of them now. The key doors are special entrances, and they sometimes have special items or fun items. And there's 5 keys across each of the stages, and if you get them all, you can unlock the door and use whatever secrets they lie behind them. In this case, it's a shortcut, so you better believe we're gonna use them. This is all kind of persistent new game stuff as well, so oh, that's really bad. I might miss this cycle. Ah, I missed the cycle. Okay, so this is another one of those tight cycles where if you don't move fast enough, you're gonna miss it. Let's see if I can at least do this. Alright, did a little homing attack there to increase my speed. Make sure I get through the section a little bit faster. But yeah, that's this stage. You can complete the stage in under 3 minutes if everything goes perfectly, but that didn't happen. So we'll just take the time we got.
Perfect.
Alright, coming up next is Prison Island. This is the same Prison Island as you see in SA2. There's actually a lot of references to SA2, so hopefully if you're paying attention, you'll notice a lot of them. So this is going to be one of the stages where we actually utilize Dark Shadow for something, or for like at all. And I should explain Dark Shadow a little bit more. Dark Shadow is like Hero Shadow, where you get an extra ability when you achieve it. In this case, you get the power of Chaos Blast, which is not very helpful for going fast because you basically stand still and go boom and enemies die around you, but that's not going forwards. So typically going not forwards is not going fast. So we'll instead use it for its other properties, which is infinite ammo and invincibility, so we can't take damage. You'll see that happening pretty soon here. For now, I'm going to continue backing up the enemies that I see for hero points, sometimes for dark points, mainly for hero points. And we'll use chaos control pretty shortly here. Just need to make my way across. And we're good.
Behold the ultimate power.
Alright, so now we're gonna land here. I'm gonna use the egg vacuum a bit to vacuum up the easy enemies. I need to use the machine guns to kill the harder enemies. Oh, please let me through. So here's Dark Shadow. I'm on this acid river, which will deal damage to me, but because I'm invincible right now, that will not happen. And infinite ammo, so I can kind of just spray and please, and I can spray my weapon everywhere and not have to worry about running into any enemies. As you saw there, Shadow can get a little bit weird with his homing attacks. He can accidentally attack something you did not intend for him to attack, and it can get you in some pretty bad situations. That one was pretty tame compared to situations before. Alright, so here's I forget the official name for this. We call it in the community like a Beyblade, a spinning top. It lets you travel these areas without taking damage. Pretty nice and helpful. I had this earlier and I didn't explain it then. That's what this is. But we're just making our way to the end of the level here. And there it is. And we just gotta fall. All done.
Perfect.
Alright, the last of the stage 3s. This is Circus Park. This is an Eggman stage. This is where that meme cutscene is, where he's talking about the 4th emerald. Please, one of you die. Thank you. If I do that right, I can get up here really easy, but that didn't work out this time. That's okay though. I don't need to kill all of them. I don't need to... what do you call... I just need to get up here relatively fast, so I can get onto this at a decent rate. So, like in other levels, we do want hero points, so the Eggman enemies will give us that. and we will make our way through without having to worry about too much. We don't want to get it too early though, because we actually want it this time to skip a really difficult section. It just so happens it's faster to do so, but we definitely don't want to mess up. So we're going to try our best not to do so. Going through those loops isn't exactly faster, but it's safer. Alright, so we're at a good spot here. Enough points where I can get the chaos control where I need it without having to worry about too much. And doing a little slide here to make that not only look cool, but a lot faster. And here we go. I'm gonna try to dodge as many enemies as possible. Jump around him. If you try to go underneath him, you always get hit. I've tried so many times, and I always fail. Alright, here's the egg pawns we want, so I'm gonna vacuum them up. So this part right here is not so bad. This part right here is terrible. That's the part they make like hard for expert mode. And you don't want to do that. So we utilize our superior routing and skip it. And now you gotta do the rest of the stage normally, so unfortunate, but it's just how it works. Alright, we're gonna get to basically the end here. Alright, so we're just gonna ride this until the very end. So not a whole lot to this stage. It's a pretty fun stage to look at. This little animation here with the egg vacuum is pretty funny. For some reason it's like, I want to be up, but you're going like corkscrew and all these different weird ways. Good stuff, good stuff. Alright, there's a goal ring. And that's the last stage 3. Alright, so coming up, this is going to be the first stage, and I think, yeah, the only stage where using Dark Shadow for its ability of Chaos Blast is actually useful. So, one of the ways they make this stage harder is they put in waves of enemies instead of all of them at once. And we can get them a little bit faster by using the blast power, and I'll show that off when we get there. Alright, I want to make sure I'm aiming at this guy. I don't want to waste ammo. Precious, precious ammo before I have my Dark Shadow ability. Okay. Use this up weight as an elevator, get through here. And blow up this wall. Okay. There used to be a bomb there, they moved it because this is expert mode. We'll see it near the end of the run, or the end of the stage, that is. So here's the spot I'm talking about. So I kill this guy, I get his weapon, and I sit and wait. Here's the next guy. I got his weapon. Here's two... Oh. Wow, bad aim. Yeah, a few guys on the side here. And then there's 2 guys here. Using Chaos Blast will kill the guys above me that are falling down. And then I can take care of the bomb like that. So upcoming next is the most powerful shadow weapon available, and it is the Shadow Rifle. This is using the Chaos Spear that you see later in Super Shadow mode. But we have it in the form of a gun, and with infinite ammo we can wreck everything in sight. It deals enough damage that it will kill 99% of the enemies. I don't know if 99's accurate, but it kills more enemies than not in a single shot. So, really powerful weapon. If we can use it to go faster, well, we definitely will. There's a few cases where, come on, make this jump. Thank you. Okay. I'm using the spring down there because the spring up top would have sent me down there anyways, so I'll save the trouble and just go down there myself. Alright, so we're in Hero Shadow mode with the ability to use Chaos Control. That's not really helpful right now, so we're just going to use it for its infinite ammo properties. Make sure things are not in our way as we go across the stage and complete it. And that's that.
Perfect.
Alright, coming up into Doom. This stage is a big old maze, which just confuses a lot of players. Luckily for us, they put the ending pretty close to the beginning, and we can use an out-of-bounds trick to skip basically all of it. I'm surprised I didn't get hit by that fire. Alright, so I'm going to use the heal cannon here. I'm going to heal these gun soldiers and those gun soldiers. And I'm going to utilize this broken piece of geometry, if I can time my jump correctly.
Thank you so much.
Time my jump correctly. There we go. We're out of bounds. I'm past the wall that would block us from going this way normally. And I can now use chaos control here to skip the rest of the game. And here's my objective. It's all the scientists. So in the normal version of the stage, they have scientists scattered across it all, and you have to go heal them all. And they tell you, here's your objective. Do the exact same thing. So your unexpecting player is thinking, okay, I need to find these scientists. They have to be scattered everywhere. No, they're all at the end. So you could be looking like, I can't find them, and you're looking everywhere, only to find out that they're at the very end. So, a little trickery there for expert mode. Here's Sky Troops. It is very similar to the stage Glyphic Canyon, if you can remember that stage from the beginning. And I want the Shadow Rifle. Had it blinked a bit there. So we're gonna use the Shadow Rifle to kill a bunch of the Black Oaks mainly, but kill all the things. I need to stop wasting ammo, so I'll be opting to homing attack kill some of the smaller enemies now. But yeah, looks a lot like Glyphic Canyon in terms of geometry, and that's because in like the game's canon and lore, it's actually the aliens that place the gun or the temples here, and they're actually flying fortresses. So they're here because they want them to be. Okay, this stupid fruit. Alright, we're gonna do a spin dash high jump here to skip having to wait for the elevator. And we're not gonna skip this loop because it's very hard to skip a loop like this. Also, it's probably not faster. The loops actually go pretty fast. Alright, I'm gonna kill this guy, and that will give me chaos control. It'll let me skip this platforming section coming up here. I did waste quite a bit of ammo leading up to this point, and I didn't get the backup ammo, so I'll need to be a little more careful. It's more important that I get the enemies that are weak or stronger. I can always kill the weaker enemies by normal means. So these two guys... Oh no! Okay, we are low on ammo. So, yikes! Only two left. I mean, it's okay. The run's not dead or anything. It's just really unfortunate. So let's see what I can do. I can do that and that. Okay. Normally I would like to just run right through it and kill them all with one shot. It looked really cool doing it, but I guess that was pretty cool too. I gotta be careful here. Every once in a while I'll hit like a vertex or something and it'll instantly stop me. And that hill is a real bother to try to get up if you're at a very slow speed. So I'm glad that we're able to get through that without any problems. So that's Sky Troops.
Perfect.
Would have gone a lot better if I, what do you call, didn't brain fart in the beginning there, but we got through it. Alright, Mad Matrix. A lot of people watching this right now are probably having repressed memories come back. This stage is not kind for several reasons. The dark mission is like a Easter egg hunt for things you can't even see half the time. and the map seems confusing at first, so it's a real real hassle to find everything. Also, the camera here, I'm just gonna power through it, but the camera can be very intimidating to some people. You don't know how to navigate through it. You'll just not use that wall properly, and we'll get to the first terminal. The objective in this mission is to hit all the terminals, and we're gonna grab the sail cannon here because we'll use chaos control later. It won't be till the very end where there's an auto scroller, but until that point we will have the we'll just begin once we can. So the matrix here is the main feature of this level, and it may look really confusing, but it's actually, if you look at a map of it, it's very symmetrical and not that big of a bother to try to learn. Granted, I've played this game and this level in particular hundreds of times, so I've gotten used to it. The only time I get lost is when I might make a slight mistake and go on the wrong path, but otherwise it's not too bad. Alright, healing the enemies here for their points. Okay, so I've done a few of these now. These square puzzles are color-coded, and if a patch of squares have the same color, they unlock their area. Yeah, so I'll do it here. Oh no. Yellow is the color I want. That's the easiest one to do. Alright, not too bad. There was a worm over there by the egg enemies, and I healed it as well, so that's why I have a little dark meter here. And that's not like 100% necessary. The thing is though, is if you don't heal it, it will start to attack you. And if it attacks you, there's a very good chance its homing rockets will attack you and hit you. So I've lost too many runs to that, and we're just gonna play it safe and make sure that we heal it before we continue on. Alright, making our way through. Here comes Red Tower. Red Tower is where, if you were playing the normal game, you wouldn't have the normal ending where it would just give you a way out, so you don't have to continue through the mazes that are these terminals. Unfortunately, the only objective here is getting to all the terminals, which isn't even that bad. So, lucky us. Alright, making our way up here. I'm gonna do a spin dash to skip the platforming section there and get right into the terminal access point. Big old terminal. So I'm gonna ride this wind elevator, get me up onto this floating block. I'm gonna use the reticule of the heal cannon, the little circle thing, to line myself up with the terminal platform, and it's really nice to have that available to me. Not that it would be hard without it, just nice to have. Alright, here we go, on our way to Green Tower. Green Tower has the auto scroller throughout its tower. We don't want to do that, so that's why we've been gathering hero points, and we'll use those points once we heal a few more enemies inside the tower. Okay, up. I tried to skip that spraying because it's a little bit faster if you jump past it, but oh well. Alright, let's open up this wall. I heal these two guys and chaos control. Okay. So normally I would stop there and use chaos control glitch, so I don't have to do this puzzle here. Oh wow. No! These puzzles are lame. This puzzle's pretty bad. Okay, so I'm gonna start up this puzzle by running into the objects. then I'm gonna finish it up with the laser, or the pistol thing here. And that is the stage.
Perfect.
Alright, here's the last of the stage 4s. This is Death Ruins. It's a forest full of black alien stuff when they invaded. And our objective is pretty much the same as all the other stages. Kill aliens, get hero points, use chaos control. This stage is pretty fun to play on its own though, so I'm not too terrible at it.
Don't let him get away.
Use egg vacuum here, it'll let us vacuum up the enemies we need to get pretty easily.
Engaging the black alien.
Accidentally pick up some gun soldiers along the way. Sorry guys. But yeah, I'm gonna jump off early off of this guy so I don't have to do like 3 jumps to get to the point I'm at right now. I did that earlier too. And upcoming I'm not gonna do it because it's a little bit faster to not. I'm gonna grab these guys here. I'm gonna grab these guys here. Okay. And continue our way. So we're at a good chaos control triggering point. I need to make sure I don't do that yet. So I'm going to purposely avoid these upcoming enemies in fear that I won't make it far enough if I get chaos control a little too early. So here we go. So the rest of the level is going to fly by. And okay. So we're going to skip these loops and then we're done. Just like that. Oh, come on. This stupid light dashes. What was I saying earlier? You can go left, right, up, and down, but never straight?
Perfect.
There's a perfect example of that. Alright, so I was talking about the stage earlier. This is the stage where we get to have a little more fun with the Black Hawk type enemy. In this case, we get a Black Volt. And the Black Volts, despite their golden armor, they have missiles. So I can just aim at stuff and shoot at it. Have a little fun. This stage is otherwise an auto-scroller. Mainly because the objective they decided to use for this level is the same as the normal mission, which is simply get to the end. The dark mission for the normal story version of the stage lets you destroy big tanky devices that are flying out in space. But since we don't have to worry about those, we can just go as fast as we possibly can. Not have to worry about slowing down or nothing, making sure we're positioned right. But there's some of that too, because if I don't hit those boost rings that I did earlier, then ultimately the run's a little bit slower. So yeah, pretty big speed increase. But otherwise, this is an auto-scroller. It's a nice little break, because I forget how we've been playing for almost 40 minutes now. So just a nice little break. Yeah, if this was a marathon run of sorts, this would be the perfect time to read off a donation or two. There's just not a whole lot going on. Not a whole lot to explain. Alright, I gotta make sure I hit this one just right. Okay, I barely missed that platform. If you hit that program just wrong, you lose some speed and whatnot. So this is an optimal arc playthrough. Alright. Yeah, 217 is pretty good.
Perfect.
Alright, here comes Air Fleet. This is like a flying fortress for the gun soldiers. So we're gonna make our way across. The one thing about this level they changed is that they're forcing you down a certain pathway when they would normally give you a branching pathway that you can choose which way to go. So where we would normally use oh, what? Oh, okay. Hold on. Backup strat. There we go. Look at that nice spin-dash high jump off of the checkpoint with a super small edge. That's pro gaming strats or something. I don't know. Yeah, we need this shadow rifle because we need to kill these black oaks coming up pretty quickly here. Right there. And here. And here and here. So imagine having to do that without stopping without this weapon, and it's like, I don't know how you would do that. Alright, checkpoint for safety as we grab this rail. Gotta be careful not to go too fast though, because if you do, you fly right off of it to your death. The trick is to just stop going faster, and then it works. Alright, so I'm gonna kill a few more enemies here. And yeah, we're now going to the path we have to do. There's a bunch of gun enemies this way. I'm gonna kill the soldiers along the way because that will let me get Dark Shadow, and then I can use the power of Dark Shadow for invincibility to kind of make my way through the game a little bit faster. So here's Dark Shadow, here's invincibility and not taking damage, here's a safety checkpoint, and a spin dash jump, or sorry, spin dash to get me through this. If I don't aim it just right, I can actually just completely miss it. So it's good that I hit them there. Alrighty. So now Dark Shadow's over. I can now gain hero points again. I never mentioned that. You can gain, when you're in one of the shadow modes, you cannot gain points for the other side. So even if I had a little bit of extra point slots, I would have to wait a little bit before I can get more points. And then I do this with the extra kills. This skips that falling down section. And that's the level. Lost a little bit of time to that unfortunate triangle jump fail, but at least I made a quick recovery, so that's good. Iron Jungle. Alright. The last time I played the stage, it killed me in a really unfortunate way, so hopefully that won't happen again. We're gonna kill these egg pawns because they'll give me hero points. And the goal is to use chaos control. Surprise, surprise. It wants you to go up. We're gonna go forward. Because it seems like despite runners using spin dash jumps over the course of every 3D Sonic game they've ever made, they've never realized that people can't do it. Damn it. And they keep putting in places where you can use it. Unless they want you to use it and play that way, in which case, thanks. we enjoy using it when we can. So Chaos Control is going to let me get through all this. Fun fact, depending on the version of the game you play, that little thing I did there might not even be possible. Because, at least on the PlayStation 2 version, you actually go less distance per hero point used for the hero Chaos Control. So doing what I did there would have been impossible. I think GameCube has like a slight issue with it if you don't have a truly full meter when you use the power. Xbox has a little more leniency, and I think that has to do with just better performance in loading the levels themselves. Alright, that's that level. Nice and easy.
Perfect.
Yeah, really for this game, I found that the first 2 or 3 levels are really difficult to get past. And then once you get past those, the rest of them are kind of smooth sailing. Which is odd, but that's how the game's made. You can't do anything about it. So here's Space Gadget. We're back by the Ark. This is like our 3rd trip to the Ark. And these gravity altering devices are kind of similar to the ones used in Space Gadget on did I say Space Gadget? Oh, what's Crazy Gadget in SA2? Yeah, you can see they're very creative with the names. And yeah, we're just gonna make our way through as fast as possible. I mentioned earlier there's the orbs that you can use to gain full meter of affiliation, so hero or dark. We're about to use one of those here to get instant chaos control to skip a good chunk of the upcoming level. So I'm gonna do that. I'm using the strafe key to lock the camera in place so I can better judge what's going on here, because if you let the game do its own thing, the camera spins around like crazy and you have no idea where you are. So I started like literally counting 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi. You might end up going the wrong way. Alright, I'm gonna potentially take damage here for the good old classic damage boosting to get past the rest of it. And oh god, okay, we're good. Alright, we're gonna do a spin dash jump here to skip that section. We're gonna do a spin dash jump here to skip this guy. And here's a key door. We already got the keys. This is a nice little shortcut. Not as fun as the section I would have had to take, but it's faster. So, in the sake of speed, sometimes we can't have fun. It's a real shame, really. Alright, that's that level. 2 minutes on average is a good time.
Perfect.
Alright, upcoming next is one of the better stages in this run, because we've blown it right open over the past few months since the recording of this. This is Lost Impact. We're back on the Ark. We're back in like Shadow's memory of what's happening on the Ark. And you have like these lift sections that you go through to destroy the artificial chaos. We're not going to do any of that. We're going to instead go in the complete opposite direction. I'm going to do a spin dash jump here. I thought I was going to make that. Alright, let's line this back up. Well, come on. On the platform thing. I've been really good at this jump lately. Don't do this to me now. Thank you. Alright, there's normally an elevator you can take up, but that elevator's not there. But the enemies are still here, so that's nice. So that makes this whole thing possible. So we're gonna make our way up here. I'm gonna get that guy to respawn later. Heal these guys. Even reset, good. I'm gonna use this barricade to get myself up almost out of bounds. Let's try that again. Out of bounds. Okay, I'm gonna use my camera and my spin dash aiming to line myself up, get my chaos control, fly out of bounds, and then use chaos control here. Gotta pay attention to my meter. Okay, we're good. If I have too little meter as I'm doing that, it can result in me not being able to complete the route. But you can restart it, and you have a minimum amount of time to use your chaos control. Perfect. So if you can do that, then you can make it through. But you gotta be careful. Sometimes it'll be so bad for the points that it's completely impossible. But that's pretty unlikely.
Hold your position.
So here's Gunfortress. We're on the final 6 stages of the game. These are the levels now where you end up unlocking weapons and stuff because they lead to the final bosses of your endings. Fastest way through this is to just ignore everything and just go as fast as possible. We'll get Dark Shadow eventually, but the role of Dark Shadow is to get things out of our way so that we can keep going fast. And we'll be able to kill enemies along the way without any trouble at all. We can do a spin dash high jump here. Lets me skip whatever. Oh, if I can get it, it'll let me skip whatever puzzle they have here. I honestly don't remember, because it's been forever since I've actually done it. There we go. Alright, these little camera sections are pretty cool. Although a little hard to control sometimes. Alright, shadow rifle here, because there's big enemies that take need to take a lot of damage to die. And as I said earlier, shadow rifle kills everything in a single hit. Like so. There's a few cases where it doesn't kill anything in a single hit, in which case you need maybe 2 or 5 shots. But those are typically like end level objectives, so we don't mind too much. If anything, we just need to make sure we get an extra set of ammo, and then we're good. Alright, so I'm gonna get Dark Shadow now. That'll help me in a later section I'll show. We gotta make our way through this camera section again, which is a little bit easier when you use these homing attacks. And these lasers, sometimes I will run right through them. So if I did not have the invincibility of Dark Shadow, then I would have ended up taking damage and possibly dying there, which would have been pretty sad. Alright, here's a key door. This is a little shortcut instead of having to go the other way, which is, oh god, when was the last time I did that? It'll be pretty soon though, because I recently acquired a Japanese copy of the game for the GameCube, and then you can't use the Chaos Control glitch in that version, so it's not even like I can skip it if I tried. And I don't have the keys initially, so oh well. So more classic Shadow not going the right way. Stupid homing attack. At least it didn't take damage and like add insult to injury. Alright. We're just about done with the stage. And we are done.
Perfect.
Alright, coming up here, Black Comet. We've recently discovered a really cool skip, kind of like the Lost Impact skip we did, except it skips like half of the stage instead of most of the stage. Unfortunately, it's pretty hard to do. I might master it by time I have to do a marathon run of this in person, but otherwise it'll be better for me to just skip it, or skip the skip and just play how we've been playing for years now. I'll be doing that because it takes like a whole nother minute to set it up. It saves a minute off of your final time or so, but hold on, I need to do the spin dash high jump. Skip the elevators, nice. Alright, yeah, it would be nice if I could do it with ease, but it's not quite there for me yet, especially for the Xbox version, which can't rely on hardware modifications like notches on GameCube controllers, which makes the trick a lot easier because you can set the camera just right and do it that way. So here's the first warp point, and then I'm going to use Chaos Control here, skip this section coming up here. Alright. So this is the whole area of the game you would not see, because we would have done the skip by now. But that's okay, we'll just play the level. Alright, here's the next one. I can use the double jump of this and my homing attack to kind of boost me up to here, so I don't have to do the whole like half donut thing there. Alright, if I stay to this side, I shouldn't take any damage from these guys. Alright, this is slow, so I'm gonna get off of it for a second because I have another one down here for me. These are black assassins. They're about a tenth of a meter worth of points, so I need to make sure I kill 10 of them during my trip down here. While not taking damage from any of the Bigfoots you see. Oh, okay, so you saw that one bullet did half damage to my little Beyblade thing. Imagine if I got shot twice. It means I fall into the acid. And even if I had my hero shadow mode activated, which doesn't happen until... I should use this now. Which doesn't happen until after you get off the platform or the spin blade thing. It would kill me instantly because the acid does not care how OP you are at the very moment. It will kill you. Alright.
Damn it.
I'm gonna do a spin jump here. Alright, so back where we came out of that one warp, and then I used chaos control. That's where I would have ended up if I did the if I did the Black Comet skip. So everything you saw up until that point would have been skipped. And it's insane. Ever since we found out that those areas were so close to each other, we were dreaming of a skip like that, and now we have it, and it's really hard. It's not fair. Alright, same trick I did earlier, and we're done. This is probably getting a little bit faster. I keep mixing up my use of chaos control in this level, where depending on how you approach the stage, you want to use it at different points. It's kind of the curse of running all this game's categories, because you have to keep in mind all the little differences between everything. Alright, lava shelter. Lava shelter. The goal ring is, instead of where it normally is, it's where the last of the lava generators are. I don't know why I did that. I don't need to kill any of you. This is what I was just talking about, getting confused about what your current objective is. Because of all the different ways you run this game. I'm going to go through here, and I'm going to skip all of this using a successful triangle jump technique. Look at that. That's how it was supposed to be done. And we're going to get the egg vacuum here. The egg vacuum will let me vacuum up these enemies. And I'll be getting hero for chaos control. Surprise, surprise. And we'll get the enemies along the way. Alright. There's egg pawns along all the generators that are automatically activating them. So lava's gonna be rising instead of where it would normally just not rise. And I don't actively pursue attacking them. Okay, that should be enough. Be careful here. If I fall and fail this triangle jump, I actually die, so that's bad. And okay. We're backing up these dark or shadow androids. The actual android's not Shadow. Shadow's not actually an android, if you didn't know. He just thought so. It's one of the endings. And lots of hero points. It's gonna let me get through all past that into the goal ring. Now this is where, if like in Twitch chatter or something, if you have a Chow emote, this is the time to get them out and use them. We're about to experience pure Chow right now. You understand. Alright, I'm gonna do timing for a jump here. Hopefully I get it. Alright, there's an invincible platform there. And if I get it do the jump just right, I can land on it. And this stage is gonna be a whole bunch of spin dash jumps. They get from one platform to the next. because it takes a while for the platforms to normally reach each other. Okay, normal spin dash here because I don't need to jump. Actually, jumping would probably shorten the amount of distance I can travel. I don't need to go up is the thing. Alright, so new special weapon. We have the satellite laser. I think I might have talked about it early in this run. I've done a few recordings, so I'm not quite sure. But this weapon is pretty awesome. If you remember in the very beginning in Westopolis, there were giant lasers flying from the sky down into the ground. This thing will summon those to anything I can lock onto. Oh, here's another hero orb. I'll be using that right here. Right now. Because there's like you can't use this right now wall until that point. So we wait. Okay, some platforming here, but I'll explain this weapon. It's a laser. And it lets me summon a laser from the sky to kill whatever I locked onto. And it's pretty nice. What's really nice about it is that it'll let me take care of a switch that's behind a key door. So instead of having to wait for the key door to open, which I totally could do, and I would do if I somehow lost this weapon, I can instead just, well, I'll show you. I can lock onto it, hit the switch with my laser, and now the switch has been pulled. That switch activates all these light dash paths, which are like amazing, especially for expert mode, because expert mode makes this section coming up here absolutely terrible. You have to jump on these platforms everywhere, and that's really hard. But instead, we'll just take these light dashes and skip all of it. Very nice. Alright, that's where the hero ending would have been. We found the computer room. Well, the actual ending is the gold ring, so we'll do that instead.
Perfect.
Alright, only 2 stages left to go. We're almost done. Alright, Final Hunt is the last of the main ending stages. This is the stage you get to if you do all the hero missions. Or you're basically heroed out by the time you're done. Alright, I'm gonna grab the shadow rifle here, because it's OP.
I thought I told you to sit down and be quiet.
Oh, come on. Leave me alone. Besides,
Just take out the enemies, I feel like, along the way. Take advantage of the room geometry to
you owe me for that.
convert more momentum upwards in some cases.
All right, fine.
It's a good time, good times. Uh-oh, okay. So, I'm gonna have the vacuum enemy vacuum me towards him so I can realign myself for that jump. Easy peasy. Alright. Here's the black oak. And I can use them to get through here. And I'm gonna get past these rings and use it again. By doing this, I skip this loop. If I did it any earlier, then I would not be able to skip that loop. Okay, bam, bam, bam. It's been forever since I've been able to actually skip all of them. Just keep going. It's so cool if you could do it. But it's been a long time since I've been able to successfully do it. Alright, doing a triangle jump, I'm going to stay as low as possible. Doing that will let me skip all those lasers. Okay. Now we're going to make our way over here. I'm going to kill the black assassins who are guarding this box. I'm going to grab that weapon. I'm very close to hero meter, so I need to be careful of accidentally triggering it, but it's okay. This is the normal vacuum in the game they give you before you get the egg vacuum. It lets you... Oh, did I get it? Nope. I'm just going the other way. It lets you move open or vacuum up bombs or open up those walls. Make it. Thank you. I've had a few runs die to that, and although I had that checkpoint there and I could try again, I have a full meter right now, and there's not really a nice way of getting that meter back without wasting a bunch of time. So ideally, we don't die, ever. Alright, so I'm gonna travel across this real quick. And there's gonna be a few enemies here. I just need to back him up one of them. And then I have chaos control.
Behold the ultimate power.
Alright. Get off the rail because it's slower. Oh, you... Shadow and his homing attack strikes again. Alright, so we're gonna make our way through this. Normally, like in other versions of this stage and the missions and stuff, we will have Hero Shadow and we can just blast our way through. Don't have that here, so we just have to dodge the enemies and go as fast as possible. Alright. No barriers to worry about because this is the expert mode, and we just go into the goal ring.
Perfect.
Alright, one more stage. This is the last way. The last way is the stage you get when you beat all 10 main endings and you find out the true ending of the game, where Shadow is actually half alien and he got the Chaos Emeralds for the bad guys, and the bad guys are doing bad things, so you're trying to stop them now. So we're gonna make our way through. I'm gonna grab the Shadow Rifle here. Good, good, good. Alright. There's a hole on the top, so even if you don't have the keys, you can get through. Hilarious. Well, I think it's the first time I got that ring dash and actually stayed on the ground. Nice. Alright. So we're going to skip those guys. They're not helpful here. We're gonna go through here instead. And there's some black bolts. We're gonna use them as a means of getting across the gap. Oh god, okay. And we're gonna kill these black assassins. If we do this right, we can kill enough, and then we can skip several sections of this map. Okay, he didn't want to die. That's fair. No one really wants to die. Oh, get the gun! Shoot!
Behold the ultimate power.
The same button you use to activate Chaos Control is the same button you use to drop things. So... oh well. Alright. Use it? Yes! Alright, we can actually use this top path. And for a while now I've been failing that, and I've had to go down the bottom where all the enemies are. It's not fun. But that's it. That's the last way. There's the end. And that's the end of the level and the end of the run. Thank you for watching. Hopefully I was able to explain a lot about the game, because I had a whole lot of time to do so. Hopefully I didn't leave any unanswered commentary or anything like that. But yes, this is Shadow the Hedgehog. Expert mode, no Chaos Control glitch. I don't know the exact final time because I wasn't timing it, but if it's a good run, I don't think so. Compared to my PB at least. I'll upload again with splits, but I doubt that was the case. Anyhow, thank you for watching, thank you for listening. Hope you enjoyed. This will be the video I will use for submitting to marathons for this run. I've had a marathon video before for this category, but since then we've developed this game a lot more. It really helps that a lot of new people have joined since I've started running the game, and everybody's been working together to find really cool ways of going fast. So it's awesome. So if you're interested in running the game or interested in more about this game as a speed game, you can find me at BlazinZeddy on YouTube, on Twitch. Mainly Twitch is where I hang out. Yeah. So thanks for watching, and I hope to see you all next time. Till then, take care.